Oh, hey there. I didn't see you filming. Oh, is it story time again? Well, I got a doozy for you this time. This one's about a man named Cornelius Vanderbilt. He was born to a ferry owner in Staten Island, New York. He's a smart kid, but by the age of 11 he already dropped out of school. Age of 16, he owned and ran his own ferry. A couple of years later, moved to Manhattan, married his cousin, weird kid. He then became the business manager of Thomas Gibbons. He still ran his own ferry. He did both of them. Under Thomas, Vanderbilt learned a lot of what he knew about business. Cornelius was an extremely quick learner and began to represent Gibbons as his lawyer. After Gibbons' death, his son took over the business. Cornelius didn't like this kid, so began to operate his own lines and quit working for Gibbons. He started with a line between New York and the surrounding regions. Vanderbilt used populist language for his names and cut some of his fees. After the gold rush, Vanderbilt used seafaring ferries to manipulate the number of voyages headed to the west and the number of products coming back from the west to the east. Vanderbilt's main steamboat, which was named after him of course, was used in the Civil War by the Union to defeat one of the greatest Confederate ships of all time. More tea, please. That's good enough. Thank you, Harriet. Hello, Gold, but okay, let's go on. His railroad empire. In the 1860s, Vanderbilt began an interest in railroads. By 1863, Vanderbilt took control of the Harlem Railroad in his famous stock market corner. You should look it up, it's amazing. Around this time, he also took control of the New Jersey Central and the New Haven and Hartford lines. Within the next few years, he took control of most of the railroads and began to monopolize the whole railroad industry. By doing this, he took control and was able to increase prices to increase profit. When Cornelius was working under Gibbons, he participated in Gibbons' versus Ogden case, which banned the use of monopolies. Slave, servant girl. This is really ironic, because Cornelius is one of the most famous people for creating a monopoly. His legacy. Vanderbilt gave $1 million contribution to the construction of a university. This university was later named Vanderbilt University and is located 10 minutes outside of Nashville, Tennessee, which is also, like we all know, the home of the Country Hall of Fame. This was the largest donation of that time. At the time of his death, his net worth was $100 million. This made him the third richest man in American history. He gave 95% of this to his son, William Henry, who was the only one of the 13 children that ever worked for Cornelius. His connection to today. Cornelius is credited for being one of the major entrepreneurs of his time and manipulated the whole industrial revolution. He created a monopoly and controlled the railroad and steamboat industries, and because of him, monopolies and trusts have now been banned. Cornelius is also slightly credited for the invention of the game Monopoly, and is being paid over $1 million a year by the Wright Brothers Corporation for the invention of the game. He is also credited for being one of the greatest examples of the American dream. The American dream is the ideal that you can do whatever you want and grow as much as you want in this country. Thank you, Cornelius. Thank you.